It's Liz and Angela live with you again at Stand United.
Hey everybody, happy Friday. We're so excited to be with you today. You might have gotten our email a little bit earlier telling you to like our Facebook page and tune in right now. So we're so glad you did, and we have a ton of stuff to update you on this week. Most of our petitions recently have been about the election, of course, with everything in the news cycle. But this week we're going to highlight some that are super popular that might have to do with the election, might be totally different, but they're coming from people all over the country, so we're pretty excited about that.
And then make sure we have your comments live, so just feel free to ask us questions, talk about things that are bothering you in the news, like we normally do. So I'll leave it over to Angela, who is our grassroots manager. She works with petition creators just like you on how to make you guys successful, and she's going to highlight some of our exciting new petitions and ones that have really taken off recently.
All right, thank you, Liz. So we're pretty excited about a petition that I think just started this morning. It's almost at 150 signatures and counting. It's growing by the minute, and it comes from a town in southeastern Nebraska called Falls City, Nebraska, and it's about the regulations about if you can have a pit bull as a pet. So, the pit bull fans are writing in from all over the country with reasons for signing, saying like pit bulls are really gentle dogs, pit bulls are, great for protecting your home, protecting your family, you should be allowed to have one. But it's really cool. This petition came from someone who is 22 years old, lives in Falls City, Nebraska, has a pit bull that they love dearly, that they consider part of their family, and they want that dog to be allowed and permitted in the city. So we think that's really cool, and it's gotten a lot of support so far. We've also had petitions about pit bulls from a town in Kansas as well. So it's one of those things that I never knew was such a big issue, but it is, and people are really rallying behind it. So again, we're not going to take positions on things here at Stand United. We're just a platform for issues that you care about. So if you are dealing with, city regulations and you're having problems regarding a pet, this can be a really great resource for you, as it has been for people in Kansas and Nebraska.
Totally. We just wanted to fill you in on one of our big petitions. Withhold funding for President Obama while he campaigns for Hillary is up to almost 250,000 signatures. We've been getting a lot of different press on it as well. And this is a completely organic petition that was started by just a general Stand United user. He tapped into the anger that all of you guys are feeling with Obama and his campaigning for Hillary, and now almost 250,000 people have come together to sign that petition, which is awesome. And it's just a great example of how people are using our platform to make a difference, even if it's something that sounds crazy that you may not realize that so many people are excited about. He came here, started that petition, and now it's got a huge following. He's had interviews, and it's being covered in the media.
Yeah, so that's been really cool. You guys might remember, depending on how long you've been with us, you might remember Liz a couple weeks ago in front of the White House, in front of America's most famous home, talking about how, hey, we're at the White House today, and President Obama probably isn't, because he's flying all over the country to campaign for Hillary Clinton. So, the structure of how a person in office deals with endorsements and campaigning has been controversial. It's controversial at least once every 4 years. And it is again now. So someone, I'm not even sure where this person's from, but they had this idea and said, I wonder how many people agree with me. I looked this morning, it was 221,000. And right before we came outside to do this video, hey guys, we checked again, and it was 223,000. So I bet we could hit 250,000 before election day, and it's
totally
just a matter of when.
And that's what Stand United's for, is just putting you in contact with people that you may not have realized. We have tons of users, and just putting that petition up there, you don't know who you'll find. People use it for local issues as well, and they're able to make a difference, take things to the city council, and they wouldn't have been able to make that impact if they hadn't used our platform to do that.
Yeah, so another petition that we wanted to highlight is about Justice Clarence Thomas, specifically about how he is portrayed in the brand new Smithsonian that's right out on the National Mall. It's the Museum of African American History and Culture. It just opened in DC. There were concerts, there was a big like festival. I mean, you couldn't get in the museum. It was lines around the block. But it's super popular. I've heard it's really cool. And Clarence Thomas, super famous. He was a famous conservative Supreme Court justice. He was also a best-selling author. You know, really well liked. He voted a lot of times in line with people like Scalia and Justice Rehnquist. He was a big deal, kind of a big deal, right? He was a huge deal. And he gets almost no mention in the museum, which I didn't know, but we had a user who wrote in and said, Clarence Thomas deserves more than a passing mention. He was really important in the history of this country, certainly in the history of the Supreme Court and of political thought in America. So we want to see Clarence Thomas get you know, credit for all the great things that he's contributed to our society. We want him to get, you know, more credit in the museum. We think he deserves that kind of recognition. So that brought to us an issue that, you know, maybe you hadn't heard about, maybe, you know, if you aren't one of the lucky few who's been able to get into the museum so far, maybe you take a look at that and say, you know, wow, this person does deserve more credit than they're currently getting. So it's a neat idea, and it's got a couple hundred signatures already. So we definitely encourage you guys to check it out. You can look at our website, StandUnited.org, and get a sense of what happened there. And hopefully sign on if you like what you see.
So now if you guys haven't actually had any questions today, which is fine. But thank you all for watching today. We're going to keep doing these on Friday. We actually have a on-location shoot coming up in the next week or two, where we're going to take some of your guys' petitions, go to where they actually are in DC, and talk about them. So if you haven't started a petition yet, now is the time to do it. We will be doing that in the next couple of weeks, so keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, and especially as we start getting comments on our Facebook page about the political climate in America, things getting, you know, definitely intense leading up to the election. We wanted to let you guys know that Stand United is not partisan at all. We're just a platform, and as long as your petition fits our guidelines, we are totally happy to host it. There's a petition up now about hosting an undercard debate for your independent candidates, your libertarian, your Green Party, basically any flavor of candidate that's not Republican or Democrats. There's a petition for that too, and that's getting some support. So no matter what your issue is, if it is as local as a town in, you know, out there that has rules about pets, or if it's as nationwide as the president's salary, you know, Stand United has a space for you. And we're getting great stuff from college campuses too. We've got a lot of stuff on deck with those as well. So if you're a college student, go for it. We can't wait to hear from you.
Awesome. Do we have anything else?
That's all. Thanks for watching, guys.
Yep. Thanks for watching
Have
us
a great
again.
weekend.
And just keep sending in. Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Technology, man. Keep sending us in questions, and we'll keep doing these. Thanks so much for tuning in. Bye.
Bye.